Hey guys, welcome back. Please like those videos, recommend it to others, and hit that subscribe button so you can keep seeing videos just like this.
There's like a seal or a otter in this right there. Where is it? Look at that face. Look at that face. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. What are you?
Why does his teeth look like that? Is she sure that's an otter? That might be Pennywise, bro. He's trying to lure her in. If it is an otter, though, how's it in the drainage? That's weird. POV, your kid shows a drawing of his imaginary friend. Oh, God. Jerry? That's so disturbing looking. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is probably fake. I don't think a kid drew that. If he did, you better get him a therapist, or you better start sleeping with your door locked.
Fun fact, saying please and thank you to ChatGPT is costing OpenAI millions of dollars in electricity costs. ChatGPT uses an insane amount of electricity every year to process the questions everyone asks it every day, and that includes the pleases and thank yous. A user on X recently questioned how much it was costing OpenAI for ChatGPT to process the please and thank you prompts people give it after getting the answer to their question. And Sam Altman replied saying, "Tens of millions of dollars well spent. You never know." And it's the last part of that sentence that's interesting. We've all seen the popular meme where the robotic overlords spare one of us after they take over the world because we were polite to them when they were ChatGPT. In a survey of 1,000 people, half the people said that they were nice to ChatGPT because it's the right thing to do. But 12 out of every 100 people said they were nice to ChatGPT so that they weren't the first to be hunted during the robotic uprising.
So even the founder agrees that it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. So we're just okay with it costing us millions. Cool, I guess. I haven't used ChatGPT in probably like 2 years or a year, and I'm glad I don't now.
Can I help him?
Remember? We're friends.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember. Please get out. Please get out of my apartment. Please get out of my apartment.
A man who she doesn't know suddenly appears in her apartment. He most likely walked in after seeing the door was unlocked. Now, while it's unsure if they caught him, viewers are completely baffled by something else in this video. Somehow, the door opens on its own right when Jeanette is heading towards it. In the heat of the moment, she didn't realize this until much later when, despite this terrifying encounter, nothing would prepare her for what occurred only a few nights later. As she writes, "I have no words to explain this." While trying to record a cute video with her cat, this happens.
Jesus, this poor lady's life is a mess. She's got real people breaking in her house and a ghost. Even the ghost was like, "Run, I don't know this guy." that one's good, man. Either that's some good acting or there's a ghost there. Hold up, before we go any further, Bank of America recently announced a data breach, but the really disturbing part is that they didn't tell anybody for months. And on average, it takes around 277 days to report a breach. Your data could have been exposed months ago and you're just hearing about it right now. And that's not even the first breach that Bank of America has announced this year. Just last year, Citigroup and JP Morgan Chase both announced breaches, and your bank could be in the exact same boat right now, and you could be months away from learning about it. Now, do you really want to give a criminal a 9-month head start? I didn't think so. And that's why it's really important to be talking about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura alerts me if they find my phone number, email, or social security number on the dark web. And they'll let you know pretty fast if anyone tries to use your info to access credit or bank accounts. They also give me $5 million in identity theft insurance just in case the worst was to happen. They also have a ton of other features to keep you safe online, all inside of one app. You can go to my link at aura.com/Ahuevo to try 14 days for free. And that'll be plenty of time for Aura to find out if any of your data has been exposed. And that way you'll know about it before one of those companies is forced to tell you. And I highly recommend you do this now because the only thing they're going to do to help you is offer free credit monitoring. And that's like installing cameras after your house has been robbed. And I know you're thinking, Ahuevo, what's the point? There's so many data breaches that my social might as well be written in a public bathroom stall somewhere. But if you haven't been a victim yet, why keep risking it? If protecting yourself feels like it's just too much of a hassle, then just let Aura do all the hard work for you. Don't leave yourself vulnerable to scammers and shady brokers. And go to aura.com/Ahuevo to try 2 weeks for free. Thank you again to Aura for sponsoring this video, and again, you can get this deal by clicking the link in the description below.
China wants to build a nuclear power plant on the moon. Despite the fact that no Chinese astronaut has ever set foot on the moon's surface, the country aims to have a permanent lunar base within 10 years. The plant would fuel a research station there, which China intends to open alongside Russia to launch manned missions to other planets.
That's crazy. I would actually be for this, just so they can prove to me that we've actually been to the moon, because we haven't been. That's actually a good idea. Power plants on the moon. That way we don't pollute Earth. Why is nobody else trying to do this?
Imagine going for a walk in the forest, living your best life. Next thing you see is that staring at you.
Whoa.
Bruh. Imagine going for a walk in the forest, living your best
Okay.
life. Next thing you see is that staring at you. Bruh.
That would be a real good way to ruin someone's day, especially somebody going for a walk. That's crazy, dude. This has to be Florida. Where else could this be? They must owe them money or something.
El trailero que falleció en el accidente en la rumorosa y que se aparece en las noches.
Siempre va caminando siempre. Ahí viene. ¿Ya lo viste?
El trailero que falleció en el accidente en la rumorosa y que se aparece en las noches.
Siempre va caminando siempre. Ahí viene. ¿Ya lo viste?
Bro, I swear Mexican ghost stories are always the creepiest. See, like this comment, I've heard so many stories. We saw a guy like that once coming from New Mexico to Denver. We stopped to give him a ride, but then he was gone. The stories like that creep me out, dude. They give me chills.
Have y'all seen the video of the lady who found out there's a secret house under her house in her basement? And that's not even the catch. The catch is, since she's moved in, she's been smelling like something rotten in her house, and she's been cleaning, fabulosoing, putting stuff down the drain, everything trying to get the smell out. Nothing was working. So then she got some plumbers in, and the plumbers found like a secret entrance behind two walls. Like the wall was set up so you couldn't go through it, and they found out there's a whole house in her basement under her house. And what's even crazier, they found remains in that secret house. Windows boarded up, everything. And the landlord, when she spoke to the landlord saying, oh, I have no idea. What do you mean you have no idea that was there? So now it's being investigated as a crime scene, because when she went in there, what she saw, she was like, nah, this doesn't look like it was natural. Like, she's saying she's seen claw marks and all of that on the carpet and stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm moving out. I'm moving out.
That's crazy. That might be like a missing person or something that was kept in the basement. I got a feeling that that landlord knew about this. Well, actually more than knew about this. There's a lot of loonies out there, bro.
The UK government has just announced that they will be approving a multi-million-pound geoengineering experiment to dim the sun. Is it not dim enough already? So the British government's Advanced Research and Invention Agency, ARIA, is about to drop £50 million into experiments that aim to reflect more sunshine back into space in order to slow the effects of global warming. Now, to do this, one idea is to inject aerosols like sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere so that the tiny particles reflect the sunlight. Another idea is to brighten clouds over the ocean by using ships to spray sea salt into the air to enlarge them. And a third idea is to seed certain types of clouds to allow more of Earth's heat to escape into space. Now, I don't need to tell you guys that trying to artificially alter the climate is highly controversial. However, the lead scientist said that these experiments are on a very small scale, no toxic substances will be released, and that they have strong requirements about the reversibility of effects, if any. They're likening it to when a big volcano erupts. They often blast tiny particles into the stratosphere that blocks some sunlight, and in some cases it actually cools the planet slightly for a year or two. What they're trying to do is somewhat imitate this, but in a controlled way. However, no matter how careful they are, it is not without risks or uncertainties. In fact, in January 2022, over 60 academics published an open letter calling for a ban on developing or deploying solar geoengineering. So the question is, are we at a point with climate change where drastic measures like this need to be taken, or should this be stopped immediately?
Somebody's trying to beat Bill Gates to it. Look into global warming and all of those things a little deeper, and you'll find that the earth is greener than it's ever been before. Yeah, the stance though, bro. You ready to go? He's not messing around, man. That boy was serious.
Ring cameras have captured all sorts of things, but what is this? The Florida homeowner thinks it looks like a baby dinosaur, just like something out of Jurassic Park.
It's the creature caught on surveillance video that has everyone asking, what the heck is that thing? The Florida homeowner is convinced it's a baby dinosaur. Dinosaur on the loose, agreed someone on Facebook. Lots of folks think it looks like Blue, the baby raptor from Jurassic World. Maybe Blue had babies and they are now in Florida. The sighting reminds many of that creepy video captured at a home in Colorado in 2019. The one that looked like Dobby, the elf from the Harry Potter movies. That mystery was never solved. Now theories are flying about this new spooky video. It looks like a sandhill crane. We get them in our yards all the time. And this looks like a dog with a leash dragging behind and cone on head. Sounds a lot more likely than a baby dinosaur.
I don't know, man. It could be. It could be. They did bring back those dire wolves. Who knows? There might be a little raptor on the loose. I hope so.
Alright, for any of y'all who don't believe that this is real, then I'm just making it up. I'm about to prove it to you.
My attic is haunted. Oh.
There's nothing up here. There's nothing up here. Told you.
I was honestly expecting a jump scare. I think it's an air pressure problem, not a ghost problem. I don't think air pressure could do that. I think bro's attic is actually haunted. If anybody was up there, I think they would have fell through the ceiling. It's probably a ghost. He was really trying to decipher that sign. That's hilarious. Maybe he thought it was a stop sign for elephants.
It entered from my phone into my arm, and then it exited out my leg.
Yeah, so, your butt.
It literally came out of my butt. I want superpowers, and if I don't get them, that's gonna be sad, but I'm gonna go get a lotto ticket and see what happens. So I was laying in my room, and it was about like 2:30 something, like it was pretty late, and I heard this big bang, and I didn't really think of anything of it, and I was about to go to bed, so I put my phone on charge, and I'm just watching TikTok on my bed, and then this big bang, and everything went white, and my whole body started shaking, everything was exploding, and then, because I had my phone in my hands, the electric current went into me, and my whole arm went numb, and it just felt like I was almost having a seizure, and then, my whole arm went numb, my leg went numb, part of my face went numb, and then everything was on fire, so I was like, I need to get out of here, and I grabbed my dog and I was like, I'm out, and I left. And then I ran upstairs, I was like, I can't feel my arm, I can't, like, the house is on fire, help me. Yeah, so the roof caved in, and then my bed, like my blanket was on fire, the side of my bed was on fire, and all the ports had come out and exploded. So everything was like flaming up and stuff.
She's feeling energized.
I am feeling, it was pretty shocking. I'm not gonna lie, it was so unexpected, and I feel great. I haven't slept though, but I feel better than I thought I would after getting struck by lightning, so that's a plus.
She got hit by lightning while sitting in bed. I don't even understand how that can happen. She's not even mad about it. Completely unfazed. Just another Thursday afternoon where she lives. This particle armored liquid robot can deform, engulf, and merge without losing its structural integrity. This keeps it stable as it deforms to interact with objects in its environment. Liquid robot. It's giving Terminator 2. T-1000 before GTA 6. Yep, that's what I said, bruh. Dude, the real scary one is like nanobots. If they can get AI and nanobots, just imagine like tiny robots that can enter your body and just unalive you from within. Life is scary. Another SpaceX probably, or Project Blue Waffle according to the comments. I hate it when somebody types that. That's gotta be some like government disinformation people. They try to make fun of aliens and any type of theory. Yo. What? He put his whole heart into that, man. Bro forgot to breathe. Holy crap. Died doing what he loved. I don't think he died. I think he just went too hard.
Y'all want to hear some to really blow y'all's mind this morning? So, as a side hustle, I dig graves and graveyards and cemeteries across Bowling Green and surrounding counties. Something didn't set right with me today. As I was digging, the guy that's the director of the graveyard walked up to me. And he was like, we need to lift that casket up to get it even. So we put it on a tally and brought it back up. When we brought it back up, it come off even in a way, but it was crooked in the corner. So he's like, we got to lift it. So I lifted it, me and him together. But the weirdest thing was, it was really light. Like, extremely light. Like, and I'm not a big dude. So I was like, you know, I told him, I was like, why is that so light? He was like, don't ask questions that you ain't ready for. Y'all, I'm freaked out. What are they doing with these?
Yo, I was just thinking about this the other day. I swear TikTok is spying on me. Well, probably every app I have is spying on me. How is it that graveyards never run out of space? You drive past the cemetery for years and years, and you never see the cemetery expand, or you never see new cemeteries pop up. That's weird, right? I'm saying, bro. A UK startup has a what? Oh, wireless. Wireless bionic arm. Oh, it's Bluetooth. Oh, that's crazy. So Bluetooth hands, bro. That's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna want to cut my hands off just so I can have these. We're really having an industrial revolution. That's what it feels like, man. And it feels like nobody cares, to be honest. We're so jaded because of inflation. Speaking of inflation, dude, tell me why I went to Taco Bell. And for those of y'all that were clowning me for liking Taco Bell, I apologize. You're right. Screw Taco Bell. I went to Taco Bell yesterday and got 6 tacos, an order of just 6 hard shell tacos. It was $14, dude. $14. You want to know how much street tacos are? You can get street tacos for like $1.50 per taco. That's robbery. I was robbed.
What is going on with the WEF? I'm getting total villain, last boss type vibes. Make sure you stick around because you will not hear this anywhere else. We'll come right back to this stuff. Now, before we get into the really crazy part, we have the WEF talking about implanting devices in Bluetooth headphones and other things for who knows what. And yeah, this is pretty crazy, but it gets crazier.
Wearable devices. So these are brain sensors that are starting to be embedded in everyday devices, but until now have been a number of niche companies that really have focused on mindfulness and meditation. The use of, for example, brain sensors that can pick up electrical activity in the brain at a pretty low resolution.
So y'all heard that, right? They're already putting chips in your headphones that can read your brain activity. We also just had Schwabi step down and this guy step up. But let's be real, why do they want to measure your brain activity? What kind of electrical signals can they pick up from your brain? Do you see this behind me? Automatic machine for identifying blanks of blank from voice to skull? So this is a patent that fights against the other patent, which is the voice to skull. So I'm sure you're wondering, what is voice to skull? Well, it's technology where they can implant voices in your own head. You'll think it's you half the time. So I was actually going to get the voice to skull patent, then I found this one instead. if you want to look farther into it. TikTok does this picture, I'm sure they all have infections. So I've showed you in times past where they can literally read your brain from the camera on your phone using your eyes. And through that, they'll decode some electronic signature from your brain to know what you're thinking. Also, now with your headphones, they can get that same exact signal. We also have AI being able to detect your location through walls. So long story short, because I'm just joking and I'm just giving y'all some fiction, theoretically, it would never happen. When voices beam to your skull, they'll know what you're thinking about that voice because your headphones or whatever else kind of technology. This all coming up when the last boss fight is stepping up and the new identification required to enter government buildings. Need I say any more?
Dude straight up looks like a James Bond villain. And I think that guy used to be the CEO of Nestle, or Nestle, however you pronounce it. So he might be slightly more evil than Klaus Schwab, because if I remember correctly, he said that clean drinking water is not a human right. It's a messed up world, my guy. It's a messed up world. Things are gonna get crazy, I'm telling you. Well guys, that's all I have today. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're awesome and I appreciate you. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.